What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, Devin Haney has bugged out and tweaked out on Lomachenko. He said, this guy is an effing sore loser. Get this privileged sore loser out of boxing. He makes excuses as he goes. Take your loss like a man and stop crying. It was set up for you to win for the third time in your career and you failed. Tell the commission to give me my 400k back for that push. Wow. Now, let me say off the rip, if he got fined 400 bags for pushing, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But then again, I guess the argument is you shouldn't put your hands on someone before the fight, particularly as violently as he did. It was a proper... Lomachenko's back could have been blown out. And really, I mean, that was the most violent I saw Devin Haney be for the next few days. He weren't giving Lomachenko none of that back breaking. Yeah, I didn't see. Listen, end of the day, yeah, I didn't see Devin Haney throwing no blow your back out shots during the fight. So maybe he should have been taxed. That's how, in fact, that's how it should go from now on. From now on, yeah, when dudes be doing way too much woofing before the fight, and they go in there and go out sad, big buff, young looking ass dude versus some old head, and they go out sad, yeah, you damn right the commission should step in. Listen, man, that was a corny performance after you did a whole bunch of woofing. We're going to tax you 400 bags. That's how it should be. These fighters need to tighten up. These fighters need to tighten up. They're loose right now. Oh, yeah. Look at AJ, for example. AJ, after the Usyk fight, he tried kicking off. What? Fine, 100%. AJ should have been fined for being corny. Oh, I'm going to do nothing in the fight. Then when the fight's over, I'm going to kick off. Cornball, 400 bags. 100. In fact, no, it should be a percentage. If you make 10 million, you get fined 30% for being corny. Anyway, let's get on with this part. The guy's a sore loser. Listen, man. Shakur Stevenson's come out and said he watched the fight back on TV and he believes it was a draw or a Loma win, 7-5. So, more or less, I came out and said off the jump. That's how I got it. Could it have gone? Some people have come in and said, well, if you think it could be a draw, then it's only one more round. It could have been 7-5 Haney, 7-5 Loma. It wasn't a robbery. I think people are doing too much with the robbery talk. Don't get me wrong. I put the clickbait in there, but yeah, the robbery talk's a bit too far. But Loma did win the fight, truth be known. You know, it's one of them ones for me. It was close, but Haney too young, too big to be in a close fight with Loma. Let's not forget the odds, people. The odds had Haney a 2-1 favourite. I think it was maybe even 2.5-1 favourite. So, 2.5-1 favourite shouldn't be ending the fight as the underdog, which is how it happened. The odds went from 2.5-1 favourite for Haney, yeah, to Lomachenko as favourite to win. That's all you need to know. He lost the fight. Oops. But regardless, the judges had it as they had it. I do have to agree with Devin Haney. I've mentioned this before, but Loma came out and I didn't do round 12 because I knew I did enough in enough in the first 11 rounds. And I think maybe even Loma said the same thing in the Teofimo fight. I didn't start early because it was something like that. Something that's whack. And I've been saying that, not just Loma. Too many fighters lose a close fight and then say, oh, well, I started coasting because I knew. Well, you didn't know, did you? How did you know? How did Loma know he'd won the fight? Ridiculous. So, both men here have things to learn. Take your loss like a man. But equally, Devin Haney needs to take this win like a man. How a man would take this win is, bear in mind, Devin Haney says, take your loss like a man. I won the fight. Devin, if you won the fight, you're 24 years old, 23 years old, young and fit, run it back. Yeah? Both of you didn't really take any damage. If Devin Haney's so in a rush to move on, yeah, say, listen, Loma, we didn't take no damage. Let's run it back in 3 or 4 months. I want a date now. I'm going to give you 30 days to give me a date this year. It's like it happens in October or before or not at all. I'm down with that. Yeah? If Loma wants to have a holiday and mess around, that's on him. If Devin Haney really about his business, that's his call. And I would respect that. But it works both ways. Yeah, Loma has got things to work on. Sucking up this loss. But you need to suck up the win. And run it back. Because Devin Haney, even though it was contractually bound, Devin Haney fought Kambosos, the rematch. Which is which was easy to do. It's easy to rematch someone that you boxed their ears off. Anyone can do that. The hard thing is to rematch someone who was on your ass, bottom line. Lomachenko was on dude's ass. Particularly towards rounds 9, 10, 11. He was on dude. Now I can't believe, that round 11, yeah. Lomachenko isn't a big puncher, but that round 11 was not a good look at all. I can't believe Devin Haney watches round 11 and thinks, I'm the king and whatever else. No. He didn't get knocked down, but he was almost ready to go. If Loma had more pop in his shots and was a bigger man, who knows what might have happened. Devin Haney's a man. There's no way you can watch that and think, oh yeah, I'm the king, and take your loss like a man. Because again, both people here need to take responsibility. Both men. It wasn't a great look for. Either way. Both men have wrongs they need to right. Lomachenko need to push through to the last round. Let's start there. And Devin need to not get his back blown out in round 11. That's what he needs to do. And find a way to be more consistent. Devin Haney dominated the first 5 rounds and then fell off. Oops. Yeah. All that. Maybe that push. Lomachenko did say, I felt Devin Haney's push and there's nothing in there. And I hate to say it, but people were saying, it depends how you score body shots. Well, body shots are supposed to slow the guy down. In fact, body shots are supposed to slow down the old guy, the old small guy down, if anyone. Lomachenko was the one coming on strong, all up in his backside in round 11. You know what I mean? It's not a good look. Now listen, people say, but Haney was weight drained. Listen, if Haney was weight drained, he didn't show it during the face-off. If I'm weight drained, I ain't pushing no one. I'm thinking about getting them electrolytes and water into my brain. Devin Haney would think about pushing someone. He's full of beans. Yeah? To push someone that violently, you got to be full of beans. So which is it? He weight drained but can push people, or you're not. Yeah. Anyway, both fighters. This needs to be run back. Now, I will make a caveat. If Devin Haney decides to fight Tank or Shakur, that gives him a pass. Because Tank and Shakur, I believe, are harder fights than Lomachenko. So that is Haney's way out of this. If Haney goes up to 140, he ran off. Bottom line. I'm going to be honest here. If Haney goes up to 140, he ran off. I'd even respect Haney saying, listen, I'm going to give Lomachenko the rerun because it was a bad look. However, I'm making it clear now, this will be my last fight at 140. If Haney does that, then he hasn't ducked Tank. Well, Tank don't want it anyway, but he hasn't ducked Shakur. That's a fair move. If he comes out and says, listen, I'm proper weight drained, I'm going to give Loma the rerun, and then I'm moving up. I just can't do the weight anymore. I respect that. But to run up now and duck the Shakur and Loma fade, it's a L. A big L. That make him scary, which to this point he hasn't been. Don't forget, Devin Haney was pushing for the Loma fight 3-4 years ago. I want Loma. Now you got Loma, and he want you. Now equally, people could say, well, YB, Haney was, when Lomachenko was hot, Haney wanted to fight. Loma didn't give it to him. Why should Haney do Loma another favour? Well, he was on that arse in round 11, that's why. That's really, I got to be honest here. If round 11 hadn't happened, things would be a lot different. Haney would have won another round. Haney wouldn't have gone out sad. Do you know what I'm saying? But that for me is the critical thing here. Haney, look, he was in trouble for sure. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Lomachenko, I've got a video coming later this week. Lomachenko's put out a thing, an appeal to the commission to become mandatory for all of Devin Haney's belts. So it's going to be interesting. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the bell 100%.